up?
We got a jam-packed episode here today.
Oh yeah,
With a lot to talk about.
Whole lot to talk about.
So with that,
Let's just
hello and welcome to another episode of It Never Ends. I'm Andrew. Over there is my good buddy Alex. How the heck are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good today. Feeling pretty good today. How about you?
How do you think Xbox is feeling?
Actually, from what I heard, well, mixed feelings, but pretty good actually.
Well, how do you think fans of Xbox are feeling?
Conflicted.
Yeah,
honestly.
I feel like confliction is probably the correct word on that one.
So, for those who don't know, Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond have just retired. The leaders of Xbox are being replaced by Matt Booty's taking Sarah Bond's job, and somebody named Asha Sharma, who was in charge of Microsoft's AI program before taking control over Microsoft Gaming or Xbox or whatever.
Yep.
Internally, some people within Microsoft are kind of excited because apparently Sarah Bond was difficult to work with, according to some developers. But
okay,
yeah, I don't know. It's so weird, dude. If Phil Spencer gets a job over at PlayStation,
or goes over to Nintendo, it's like, hey, Nintendo.
That will be the funniest shit ever.
So basically, do we treat Phil Spencer basically as like we do like kind of Reggie or whatever? It's just like, oh, he was like the big name for Nintendo for so many years, and now he's just like, hey, look, it's Phil. I mean, I feel like we always were kind of doing that in the recent years anyway.
I think so, yeah. It's so weird to think of Phil Spencer not being associated with Xbox, because he didn't say in his little letter that he put out that he's retiring. He said he's moving on to the next chapter. So whatever that next chapter is,
yeah, whatever that means. So we'll see what that means, I guess.
Xbox under Phil's leadership changed quite a lot because he came in with the Xbox One generation. Mm-hmm. That's when he put out the Series S and X. He's the one that obviously founded Game Pass and created all their big acquisitions. He's the one that started Microsoft's big PC push and eventually putting games on PS5. So I truthfully, I don't know what to think of this so far.
Yeah,
I don't think that Matt Booty's ever done a bad job. I'm not sure what Asher Sharma is going to do with Xbox, but
yeah, I think really when it comes down to it, it's like, yeah, this kind of looks, rough or whatever. It's like losing, Phil Spencer is like is a big loss or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, he's been there for what, 38 years is what it said in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just like he's
been
with Microsoft for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like whatever. But it's like, yeah, it's like you said, it's like he is, pretty big person when it came to Xbox's history, especially. So it's like this is kind of a big deal. It's all going to come down to how Xbox, I don't know, lays out plans for their future. Basically, it's like what are they doing going forward? And as far as I can tell, there's not really an idea of what that is yet, other than like the leadership. I mean, just like plan in general. But like,
we really don't know what the effects of this are going to be. The one thing that worries me, and the big legitimate concern that I've seen from people, is that Microsoft is replacing with somebody that isn't really like intimate with the inner workings of the video game industry. Like, at least Phil Spencer did play video games, and he had kind of an idea of what the gaming industry was and what players wanted. And Asha Sharma, she has said that she plays some video games. She said one of her favorite is like obviously things like Halo, yada yada yada, Xbox video games.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
it's gonna be
Some good
it's
news
gonna
that
be interesting.
actually some good news actually came out just yesterday. She did say she openly referred to AI as slop and said that it will not be. There's no. God, I can't talk. I fucking hate myself. God fucking damn it.
You got
No
this.
confirms no Microsoft pressure to increase AI use in video games, and said they are committed to creating video games made by people rather than AI. And honestly, based on what Microsoft has been doing recently, I can honestly really understand that. It seems like they're not too happy with what's gone down with OpenAI recently. Their own AI plans haven't been working out super well, and I've gotten kind of the impression that they kind of want to back off the whole AI market, at least for right now. So
Yeah, it's one of those
maybe this
things
is
where it's
kind of
like,
connected to that.
where it's one of those things where it's just like, with all the, I don't know, backlash, is that the correct word to say with when it comes to AI, when it comes to like look over, I don't even know if that's the correct word, but
Mm-hmm.
it's what I'm gonna go with. It's just like, or just like negative association with AI in the gaming industry, especially. It's like, it seems like Microsoft wants to kind of distance it until it's either comes around, or I don't know. There's just a happy medium, and I don't know if they're ever. I don't know. I don't know what the correct way of saying it or phrasing it is, but it's like, as of right now, it's probably a good idea to just kind of do what they're doing, and I
Mm-hmm.
agree. I think that it's probably correct, considering that I think it's mostly the way AI is used nowadays. It's just like you said, AI slop.
Well, the thing is too, and the reason I think this needs to be looked at a bit more critically is because all facets of Microsoft really aren't doing too well right now. From what I
That's true.
understand, like aside from like obviously hardware, I heard even with all their big software outputs this year in terms of like games and softwares and stuff like that, those sales are down. I think by like it's only like by like 12 or something percent. It could be up to like
It's
20.
still quite a lot, though.
It's quite a lot considering how many games of theirs came out this year.
Yeah.
And from what I hear, Windows isn't doing too well. Microsoft AI is really not doing very well either. And a lot of their programs like Excel, Word, all of these are also kind of struggling. So I think Microsoft is going to switch to a safer content strategy that ensures long-term profits as opposed to these like big expensive risky plays that's going on right now. That's just my interpretation of what's been going on.
It's not wrong, I don't think.
Hmm. So my big worry right now is like first off, are they going to increase the price of Game Pass again? Which no, don't do that. That'd be awful. My God, if anything, bring the price back down
Yeah, if anything,
because
I'd try to make it a little cheaper, if at all possible. Which, I mean, I'm sure it could be.
obviously, like, get rid of the shit nobody cares about and bring the price down to like even like $25. I think would help out a lot in
Yeah,
terms of Xbox Game Pass, or at least people like I don't know, edit your subscription so you're paying for the stuff that you do give a fuck about. I'm not sure how that would work, but
yeah. I don't know. I don't know how that would work.
secondly, management at Xbox Studios has been dog shit. It has been famously not good. So
Yeah, that's the
please,
big thing I feel like that's been happening, especially in recent years. It's just like the management and handling of all these
mm,
studios has just not been good.
get a bunch of talented people that want to make something cool and let them make cool shit that will make you money. That is literally all you need to do. It is the easiest money maker on the in the universe.
Just let people make stuff that they want. Pretty much. It's just like, I'm sure, like in the
Mm-hmm.
studios they currently have, there are people that want to make things or whatever, even if it's not a big IP or something like associated with like one of their big IPs or something like that. Just let them do it. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee you, it probably will work out.
I really need to quick look up this guy's name because there is one other thing that came out of this. No, I don't know what it is, but what his name is, but a former Xbox CEO did come out and said that he thinks that Microsoft is going to, phase out Xbox completely, which
That's a move.
no, I'm
That's
gonna
that's a
be
move.
that.
I don't agree with the move, but it's a move.
No, here it is. Yeah, actually, Xbox is being sunsetted. Said Seamus Blackley, one of the creators of Xbox, thinks recent shakeup spells the end of Microsoft's gaming business. I'm gonna be completely honest. I think that's complete and utter
Nah,
bullshit.
it's. I was like, I think he's blowing. You're blowing it way out of proportion.
I could see where if Microsoft wants like really like short term profits, just like selling off their all their assets to somebody. I do not see a world where that happens because they've only had like an Activision Blizzard King for a few years now. They're still waiting to see like profits from that. And while I can admit Xbox may not be doing too well right now, to sunset their entire gaming division,
That's a move. That is a
yeah,
move. That
I,
I think that's just like fear mongering or something. I don't really know what that is necessarily. Fear mongering,
mhm.
maybe not the correct word about that, but it's just like I think an over exaggeration. Absolutely.
The job of all these people is to gently usher all these business units into the new world of AI. Blackley said. That's what you're seeing here. Whether or not you agree with it, whether you agree with AI having the potential to do that, whether AI be successful is a separate matter. But that's what we're seeing. Yada yada yada. It would be shocking if they had somebody in there with a meaningful role who was passionate about games. Microsoft is a company that is now about enabling its customers by enabling AI to do things. I honestly am not sure that's true right now because there have been a whole lot of news articles coming out saying like Microsoft is actually backing out of AI. Didn't they just pull their shares out of OpenAI?
I have no idea.
Like something. You don't say that, but that's what's happening. Next with the new CEO, her job is going to be to palliative care doctor who slides Xbox gently into the night. I'm not.
I mean, this is either going to be exactly what Xbox
Mm,
needs, or it's going to be, I don't know, I guess more of the same necessarily, which is maybe not great,
yeah.
however you want to look at it. It's like I said, it's like, it's kind of like if Xbox, the new CEO or whatever, all lay out like, okay, here's the game plan for Xbox going forward, type thing. And if they do that and it's solid, and then they execute on that, then it's should be just fine. But we'll see what that necessarily is. It's like I feel because I don't know. It's just like Xbox does feel like it's been kind of. Even though I said I was like, oh, this is kind of ridiculous. It kind of has felt like
Mm.
it's phased out Xbox, like the console, a little bit in recent years with all of like everything like that.
I
But
mean, that I'll agree to, yeah.
yeah, it's just like to say it's getting rid of the whole gaming division. That's just absurd in my mind. It's like you spent all this money to
Mm.
get Activision Blizzard. Why or no? Yeah, Activision. It's just like
Just to phase all of it out completely,
just
just
to
for
say, oh
less
yeah, it
than
didn't
10
work
years
out.
later.
Let's all sell it. Who the fuck is gonna buy it? Like who has the money to buy it?
I guess they would try selling it to someone like Tencent or something like that,
Tencent,
but
Sony. Sony's definitely not going to do that. Are you kidding me? They don't got that kind
they're
of money.
they're not going to. If Microsoft decides to really do that, they're going to. That's going to be a big, like, huge loss on their part, no matter who goes for it. I
No,
think.
no, no, no. No. Yeah, their gaming division is not going
And it,
anywhere. The real thing when it comes to me is like where is the Xbox itself going to be sitting? Like what is the future of the Xbox and stuff like that? And it's just like if they go with like, oh, we're going to just start doing like oh, if you want to play the Xbox games, they're going to be on Xbox, like the Series X and S or whatever, and then going like, well, we'll also do the PC market for the PC Game Pass. That's it. But you can't buy the game unless it's beyond that or whatever for like
Mhm.
6 months or something like that. I don't know. Just trying to make something exclusive for the Xbox and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just get the PC Game Pass. And I go, I don't know.
According to Asha Sharma, that seems to be what she wants to do, to have for Microsoft and the Xbox economy to have some exclusivity over its software. If that's not if that means just like a 6 month period with just Xbox and PC, I
Yeah.
don't know. She hasn't outlined anything, but she did made a statement on Twitter saying that she'd like to go back to a form of some sort of exclusivity, but it's kind of hard to do now that we see even Halo heading to
Yeah.
PS5.
It's like what she's talking about is going against basically what was kind of happening with Xbox going forward here was like rather than making everything Xbox exclusive, they're like, well,
Mhm.
let's share it all to like the Sony players and stuff like that. Like let's bring Halo over to the PlayStation players and stuff like that. And they go, and now it's kind of too late to do that because it's like you can't just not have Halo come out on the PS5. Like you obviously have contracts and everything like that, and like the game needs to come out, and it's just like I don't know.
I,
Realistically, all they really needs to do is just handle their studios that they have better. Is really what it comes down
mhm.
to. Is like get developers to the nose to the grindstone and about stuff that they're passionate about, like you said, and then just let them have at it, and just once that comes around the games, and then just keep that going. It's like you just need to produce games that people will want to make or just like are interesting. I don't know. Is that simplifying it too much? Maybe I don't know. Probably.
Yeah, it's rough. I can't claim to understand the internal
No,
politics of all these
absolutely not.
mega corporations, and it's easy for us to say it's like we'll just make good games and everything will work out for you. Honestly, that is the core of what every gaming business should be. It makes a good thing that people want to buy. In Microsoft's unique stance, it's create a service that everybody wants to subscribe to. It's just all about them games, and I'm not sure what's happening at the top to where these games just have not been able to shape into anything profitable or things into a game
Or
that'll
just in
actually ever
general, it
exist.
feels like with how many studios they have, they should be pumping out games like I don't know constantly. And I think that was the idea.
Hmm.
When it came to Game Pass and stuff like that, it's like, oh, we have so many studios, we're just going to be constantly pumping out games. People will be want to be subscribed to the Game Pass because of all the games that are coming out. And in the end, it just hasn't happened. So it's just like, yeah, I'm with you. It's like I don't, I'm not. We're none of us are experts in management or anything like that. We don't know what's been going on. Nobody knows what's going on in the studios. Like, why is it being so difficult? I don't know. I'm not
Hmm.
going to pretend to know. But in essence, that's really what it comes down to. It's like you just need to get back on track, pretty much. Pretty much, it's just like at some point it kind of derailed, and now it's like, all right, let's just try and steer it back on track and see what we can do.
I do want to say I was wrong. Microsoft did not pull out of OpenAI. They're still actually one of their biggest investors.
Love it.
Jesus Christ. Again, like they said though, I think because of the that statement made by Seamus Blackley, they did come out and say, obviously what I said before, um, as monetization and AI evolve and influence this future, we will not chase short-term efficiency or flood our ecosystem with soulless AI slop. Games are and always will be art crafted by humans and created with the most innovative technology provided by us. That I want to believe that's genuine. That a lot of that
Yeah.
sounds like very corporate speak.
It's also very easy to say that, and yes, you're absolutely right. But it's like, now
Mhm.
show me. You know? It's
Yeah.
easy to talk. Now show me. Show me you're willing to invest in people and everything like
Mhm.
that, and say that we're going to make projects that people are passionate about or whatever. Like that's in essence like okay, that's pretty much what you're saying. It's like we're not going to go into AI slop or anything like that. We're not going to use AI to just generate all of these games here in hopes that one of them is good or whatever type thing, or people actually won't freak out about it. No, like get people in your studios, sit them and just start going through projects and figuring out what everyone needs, what everyone needs, and what everyone wants to make, and everything like that, and just go from there.
Mhm.
And it's like if that happens and the game's quality goes up as a result of that, then I think it's a good. Then I think ultimately this is a good thing. But it's like it's easy to say that. It's going to be a lot harder to do in practice.
These things are still developing, and we're not really going to know
Oh,
what
we won't
the
know
if
we
this
won't
is a
know
good
what
or
any. Yeah, if this is good or bad for probably years.
probably, yeah.
It'll
The
take
big thing
years to
right
know.
now is the biggest indicator to me is if Xbox is being shunned, like sunsetted, if that's a real thing.
Yeah,
Then we're going to start seeing more layoffs, more studio closures, more project cancellations. All that is going to start happening. And
the selling
but
of certain studios that are big.
if that doesn't happen, then we're going to feel a bit more secure. So Microsoft, hint hint, if you don't want people to freak out, stop closing and canceling shit.
If you're Microsoft right now, it's like I would to show that you're not sunsetting the gaming division. It's just like double down on it. Like say you like put more effort and potentially more funds into it
Mm.
to try. I don't know, just try and make something better. I don't know. it's
Uh,
it's gonna be
hopefully
it's
that's
gonna be so hard.
hopefully that's what we start seeing.
That'd be nice.
Maybe stop giving money to Sam Altman, who is a complete supervillain psychopath.
What? No, really? Come on.
He just means because AI is more efficient, it's better that we give all our energy and clean drinking water to AI because they can
Yeah,
do the job better than humans.
yeah.
Did you see the interview that they had with Sam Altman
No.
where he talked about like how AI is better than people because it takes less time to train AI? I
Ay, ay,
hate
ay.
him so much. I have so much hate in my heart for him and his business, and I'm so happy that his business is failing and will probably shut down.
Well, let's hope.
Uh, anyway, moving on from the bad news with going on at Xbox, you wanna move on to the bad news going on over at Sony?
Yeah.
So Bluepoint
It is done.
is no more. Yeah,
Which is crazy to think about.
which makes no goddamn
It makes
sense
absolutely no sense
whatsoever.
whatsoever.
So, if for people that don't know, they made the Shadow Colossus remake. They did handled the remake for Demon's Souls, and the game they were working on. For some reason, they were put in charge instead of remaking the God of War trilogy. The remake studio not working on the remake. They were in charge of making the God of War live service game that Sony then canceled for whatever reason, and Sony decided since they weren't working on a game anymore that they should just close the entire studio and fire everyone. I
Yeah, because
don't.
that just makes sense, That just makes the most incredible sense imaginable. Um,
Even even skipping the obvious just remake Bloodborne joke that's been run into the
but
ground.
seriously,
How
just remake
many
Bloodborne.
easily? You have a studio right there. They remade Demon Souls. They already remade a
They've
Souls
already
game.
done a Souls game. You have
And
you have the God of War remakes instead of having Sony Santa Monica doing the whole fucking thing. Why don't you have them working on the next game in the God of War series that
why?
we're never going to probably see for some fucking reason all of a sudden? And instead you have them working on the remakes of the games, because they're remakes and not remasters, which I think is just absurd.
Mhm.
Also, again, what does that mean? Is like, because a lot of people are worried that it's not going to be like the hack and slashy type of like gameplay like it was, you know.
It's gonna be the over the shoulder kind of like
It's gonna be like
gonna
be like the new God of Wars, which is fine, but that's not what those games are, you know.
No, they're gonna get rid of the sex mini games, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Why not have the remake studio make the remakes, and like you said, have Sony Santa Monica work on the next God of War game, so the next entry in the God of War series doesn't take 10 fucking years, and then we get the God of War trilogy remake, right? And then, I don't know, a few months to a year later, we get the next God of War game.
Yeah.
That would just make too much goddamn sense, I guess.
I know. It's just Sony's really pulling a Microsoft right now. It's just completely mismanaging their studios. It kind of feels like right now.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like, as I was gonna say, even letting the God of War thing slide, even letting go the remaking Bloodborne meme, letting go the idea that they could have been the ones to remake Knights of the Old Republic. Now that game is apparently no longer happening. How many games does Sony own that actually could use remakes? Games not like The Last of Us or Uncharted or whatever. Hell, no, actually, go back, remake the first Uncharted game, like the first two, like the original Uncharted trilogy. You make bank. Those games have aged not the best. Go back and remake the fucking Sly Cooper games, the fucking Jack and Daxter games. Do you know how many games Sony has in its backlog that have just been waiting on a remake forever?
Uh-huh.
Any of the Killzone games, any of the Infamous games, any of the like cool one-offs that came out on the PS3 that we have just not heard from since whenever the fuck. It is absurd that we have a studio, a good functioning studio full of talented people that are very capable of remaking anything that you throw at them, and you just decide to fire them all after they, I don't know, I guess failed, or you decided you no longer wanted a God of War live service game, as if anybody ever asked for that to begin with.
So yeah, Sony, how's that live service kick treating you, by the way?
It's treating them like absolute utter dog shit.
Exactly.
Who
could have foreseen this?
Speaking of remakes, don't you guys own the Marathon series now? Go back and remake the Marathon games.
Yeah, like go remake the original Marathon and then put out the new one.
Maybe people would actually be excited for that game. Then.
Maybe.
They'd have a reason to drop $40 on it. My gosh. First Xbox and now Sony. God bless you.
It's why people say it's just like, what is the state of AAA? What is the state of like AAA games now? It's just like the fact is that the two biggest studios basically in Xbox and Sony PlayStation or whatever are just fumbling the bag so hard right now. It is just it's insane how bad in recent years that both of these companies have been, and that's not even to talk about any of the other big publishers that have also been fumbling the bag a lot. Meanwhile, indie games have continued to put out banger after banger of games. And you're just like, how the fuck can they do it when you motherfuckers that are supposed to be experts on the whole thing can't?
Shout out, by the way, Steam Next Fest is going on. If y'all want to check out some banger indie games coming out right now, there is a lot to choose from.
Oh, yeah.
My goodness gracious. I am in the middle of downloading quite a few of them right now. A total of 6 demos that I'm going to try out
Dude,
tonight.
by the way, did you see that Twilight Imperium, the digital, has a demo?
I did see that.
I have no idea
Have
what that means. Like, can you just like play like a single player game and just like experience it, or what does that mean?
I have heard the initial reactions are that it's pretty rough.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Apparently the AI opponent is not very good at the game,
Yeah, I can imagine that.
and the UI could use some work. But hey, it's a start for a game as big and as complex as fucking Twilight Imperium. I am just blanking on everything today. My goodness, it's gonna be
It's
some
gonna take
work,
some
but
time.
it'll be good. Ultimately, it'll be good.
Yeah, yeah. It's just crazy that like I feel like indie games have never been in a better spot than they are right now.
Hmm.
And then there's AAA, who's literally just cannot, for the life of them, figure it out.
Just tripping over themselves at every turn. It's a beautiful thing to see.
It's just wild.
Mm.
I don't know.
AAA industry is fledgling. The small, not the small, the quickly growing community of indie games is bigger, better, and more beloved than ever. And AI is quickly sinking into a pit from where it hopefully will never return. The world is healing.
Oh man. I don't know. It's just like, to me that just tells me it's like, oh, the idea of just making games specifically just to make a profit isn't working, and
Mm.
then the idea of people making games that they actually love and are passionate about works. Interesting thought. I don't know. It is quite something.
Yeah.
Nah, I think Sony's in the process of sunsetting the PlayStation. Like they're never putting out the PlayStation 6 or anything like that. They're just gonna sell off all their things. Yeah, no.
Without PlayStation, Sony has nothing. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
As somebody that owns a Sony television, they're not that good. Oh boy.
Shots fired.
I mean, it's fine, but it's like I'm not gonna bitch about my television, especially it's still connected to the internet, and don't sue me. Don't do terrible things to my TV, please.
Don't shut them down.
You will use the Google interface and you will like it.
You will use the AI tool and it will, I don't know, do something.
Dude, I actually did install that stuff and it fucked up the TV so properly that I reset it to factory settings. I spent like 45 minutes doing that. I was pissed.
Yeah, I can believe it. Oh boy.
Still have quite a few things we want to talk about. What do you want to
Just
do
one last
next?
thing again before we move off from Sony real fast though.
Okay.
Sony. Sony. Bloodborne. Fucking do it. That's
No,
all.
never gonna happen.
I understand.
Never fucking gonna happen.
I understand. But fucking do it, you little pussies.
I mean, I honestly looking at Sony right now, you know that they're looking at their big live service push and just being like, man, that was a fucking mistake.
I mean,
Let's-
that's probably a part of like what this is like they lost all this money from all their live service games like Concord and everything like that, that they're now just looking to cut corners on any place they can. So it's just like, and Bluepoint was just the next one to take a bullet.
Dude, they're gonna shut down Bungie. I just know it, and it's gonna be so sad.
Man, if EA hasn't shut down fucking BioWare yet, there's no fucking way it's that they're gonna. that they're gonna shut down Bungie.
I mean, Sony just shut down Bluepoint, and Bluepoint was a good studio that made
Yeah,
money.
but I'm saying is like it's not as notable as Bungie is what I'm trying to get at here.
Mm-hmm.
It's like what
Battlefield 6
as like
was just doing that many.
I know we've shat on BioWare in like in a couple ones or whatever just because they're racing just doing absolutely fucking nothing. But Jesus Christ, they've done absolutely fucking nothing. Look, BioWare, you had a great stretch there with all the Mass Effect games and everything like that, and the Dragon Age games. What the fuck happened there?
Well, when did Wildcard come out? Let's give them a chance. Was that last year that game came out?
Yeah, that sounds right.
No, it was 2 years ago.
God damn, that was already 2 years ago.
October 31st, 2024. So I guess
Like a
it's
year and a
like
half ago or so.
a year and a half, yeah. Oh man.
But prior to Veilguard, what was the last time they did anything good? If we can call Veilguard good.
Veilguard is currently sitting at a mixed review on Steam.
Yeah, it's about. To be honest with you, I was expecting it to be negative, so you know what? We'll take mixed.
Mm-hmm. I heard mixed things about it. Like
that's true. I did hear some
it.
people liked it, some people, but there was a lot of people that also didn't like it. But it was like, who knows?
But before that, there was Mass Effect: The Legendary Edition in 2021, which was
like
a remaster. Which is a remaster of a game that came out on
remaster of their old games.
Xbox 360, yeah.
Yeah.
And before that, it was Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yeah, I wouldn't call that one good.
Oh no, wait! Before that was Anthem. Then it was Mass Effect.
Oh yeah,
Andromeda.
can't forget about Anthem.
So if we're talking about a completely new game that was actually considered good by the masses, we're looking at Dragon Age Inquisition that came out in 2014.
That just hurts. Like that was just painful to hear. Like I've never really I've played like one Dragon Age game. I've never actually played the Mass Effect series. I've heard it's extremely good, and I believe it, and stuff like that. But I've said it going just like I have like. I don't know. I've just never played it or really had like very fond of much of BioWare's games just because I haven't played them or really had much interest in playing them. But god damn, that fucking hurt.
You see, as somebody that has liked BioWare's games, this has been incredibly painful to see. Because I actually really liked Dragon Age Inquisition. I was actually quite excited for Mass Effect Andromeda. And the fact that the only thing that we've gotten... I didn't play the Legendary Edition because I've played Mass Effect. I know it.
Yeah.
The fact that the only juice we've really gotten is the Veilguard.
Was it also when they put out the Legendary Edition, they said that there was going to be more Mass Effects coming too?
Yeah, they're working on Mass Effect for whatever the next Mass Effect game is right now. We know, I think they had a trailer where they said Liara's coming back, but I don't know. First review of the Veilguard, was it worth a 10-year wait? No.
So
that's the thing. I think people would have liked it more if they
hadn't waited 10 years
for it.
So what do we think broke BioWare's back more? Was it Anthem or was it Andromedan? Funny enough, they both start with A.
Andromeda was.
I feel like that was the turning point right there, right? Like not Anthem. Andromedan was the tipping point.
Andromeda. So, the development for the Inquisition was actually really fucked, from what I heard. It's like the idea of the BioWare magic is that it has a messy development, but everything eventually comes together in a really good package at the end of development, which is a wild way to run a gaming studio.
It is.
And the cracks first started showing in Mass Effect Andromeda, which gave people the idea that the BioWare, magic may not be all that it's cracked up to be. It eventually, I think it's sitting at a mixed score on Steam right now. I don't. I think it's mixed to mostly positive. I think overall it grew into a game that people could tolerate, like an okay game, sitting
Yeah.
at a 72. It's once the bugs were worked out because it was a buggy and almost dysfunctional game at launch, and it never really grew past the whole all right phase. What really broke BioWare was Anthem.
Yeah. Just
Everything that happened with that game was a mistake. They should have
yeah.
never released that.
Just making a game that completely was just out of your depth. I felt like was just the moment where it was just like, all right, this everything went off the rails after this.
They didn't want to make what some considered like They didn't want to make the next Destiny. The higher ups at Bioware saw the success of Destiny and decided we want you guys to make the next Destiny.
Yeah.
Then that hilarious story happened where they presented Anthem at the game. I think it was at the Game Awards or some awards show, and the Bioware crew was like, "That game looks great. I wonder who's making it."
Yeah.
You ever hear about that?
I did hear about that. Yeah. And I was just like, ooh,
We did.
ooh boy.
We did. We're supposed to be the guys making it, and we didn't know it existed
We didn't know
until
we
the
were
trailer
making
came
it.
out.
That's rough.
Oh man, yeah, not
So.
good.
I don't know.
And now we find ourselves here in
In 2026, wondering if there's going to be a Mass Effect game out in 2026.
it's not gonna be 2026.
Yeah.
You know what is apparently coming out in 2026?
What's that?
Wolverine. Apparently, it's coming out in September.
Okay. That's my honest to God reaction. It's just okay.
Yeah.
I feel no love or hate towards it.
It remaining in early pre-production stages, industry speculation reports to suggest release window of 2027 to 2030, likely several years away.
What a fucking range. Oh boy.
As of early 2025, the game was still in prototyping early production phase. That's bad.
That's not great.
I like the Reddit on comment. First comment. Bioware reaffirms the next Mass Effect is still in development and EA is committed to telling more stories in this universe. Top comment. Sure, just ruin it more.
Yeah.
Bioware in name only. This company and series is dead to me. Sadly, Mass Effect will end up like Veilguard.
It's just like, I don't want to see BioWare go down, but it's like...
Since EA is owned by Saudi Arabia, this one guy comment:
Oh, God,
female shepherd won't be allowed to operate vehicles.
Won't be able to fly the ship. Oh, man. God, I forgot about the whole EA Saudi shit.
Yeah. So we're getting a new Toy Story movie.
It's true.
I didn't know a good way to transition that. First new trailer came out. What did you think of it?
It looks fine. I don't know. Toy Story is just one of those like, look, I'm of the same mindset of I think of just about everyone else is that it should have just ended at 3, but clearly it's not going to, and they're going to keep making it.
It's like Mass Effect.
Yeah. But it's like I still like Toy Story 4. I like the message that it conveyed and everything like that and stuff like that. So I was like, I'm still excited for it. I legitimately am excited for it because it's like, and we talked about this I think on the other day where it was just like it's either going to be a lot of wake up calls for either kids or parents in general. I feel like
I I really hope
I really
so,
hope it
dude.
will.
Because obviously the big, message of this is like the evils of that iPads that have on children and how they brainwash and manipulate them and how nobody wants to play with toys anymore. They just want to play silly color games on their iPad.
Overall, I just hope that the like message, and I'm sure, and I have faith that it probably will just end up being this. Like, while technology can be useful and good, you do have to limit and everything and make sure that you know what your kid is doing on, you know, on the iPad or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
type thing, like just on the internet in general, because that's what it should be. It's just like saying like, oh, cutting technology off in general. I think is the wrong message in essence. But a healthy relationship with technology is going to be
Just
better.
just learning to unplug sometimes.
Yeah.
It is effectively what it comes down to. I was telling you that I watched a movie called the movie Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die, which in a way kind of spoke to me about unplugging a bit more, where it's the main character was like, uh, you know, how many of you really remember like the phone numbers to your family or your friends? How many can go to your local grocery store without having to look at Google Maps? How long have you guys gone without looking at your screens? Probably no more than a few minutes, and it's like, holy shit. And the whole like theme of the movie was about how obvi- it was more a critique of AI than technology in general, but it was about how they try to keep you in this like vicious dopamine rush to the point where you never want to unplug. They keep you addicted. They're trying to control you, man.
Don't let the
The
man
tinfoil
control you,
hat says
man.
so.
Mess with your brain mojos.
It's a really good movie for anybody that hasn't seen it too. But I think that Toy Story 5 is gonna kind of be have a similar, if not the same message, but for kids.
Yeah.
It's like your mommy and daddy gave you an iPad, and it's good to maybe switch it off. Play with your
Yeah.
real life friends. Play with toys for a little bit every once in a while.
Yeah. It's
It's like
okay.
you
It's
said, you
okay.
can
It's okay to
still.
use some technology and whatever, and maybe play a few games here or there. But for the
Hmm.
most part, it's like you do need to unplug and do other things.
And mom and dad, your kid, believe it or not, does want to spend time and play with you. It's not good parenting to just give them the little frog-shaped iPad and
Yeah.
forget they exist for 80% of the day.
Yep. Because the thing is, especially if you don't establish that like kind of like that healthy relationship early on, it's just
Mhm.
gonna get worse as they get older.
Oh yeah, dude, all those videos, it makes me so sad. Where it was a TikTok where a lady was showing like a baby like immediately rushing to the TV when she heard the Coco Melon intro, and she's like, "Isn't that cute? Isn't that wonderful? She likes Coco Melon," and it's like, that's fucking scary. She can't even speak yet, and all those studies came out showing how these overstimulating YouTube channels are basically like crack cocaine, but for children.
Yeah.
Scary times we live in, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's what a lot of people say about like especially the way that like YouTube Shorts and like, TikTok or whatever, like the brain rot or whatever that has been
Mm-hmm.
going on for I don't know the past like year and a half of just like an attention span is getting shorter and shorter. It really does need to be studied. People say it as a joke or whatever, but I really do think that if it's not like that they're like and we basically know generally like the consequences of these certain things of just getting like just nonstop just going through this like shorter stuff or whatever. It's just like you're just not gonna have the attention spans. You're not gonna like be able to hold a conversation or anything like that, and you're never going to be able to interact with people in essence. And it's just like, that's just not good and stuff like that. Like, you're basically showing everyone that introvertedness, and when it comes to actually doing stuff in the real world and stuff like that, they'll have no experience in how to do it or anything like that, and they won't be able to do it in general. And it's just like, it's kind of an issue.
Yeah, I'd say so.
It's like, don't get me wrong, I'm pretty introverted, but I was like, I'll still go out into the world. I still go out to like movies by myself. I'll interact with people. I'll go out to restaurants or whatever, stuff like that. I'll go do stuff or whatever, but I'm still an introvert. I could literally sit in front of my computer and play games for days on end, I'm sure, but it's just like, it's not good for me to do or anything like that. So I don't know, maybe I'm too old, but it's just like, I don't know.
Wouldn't you rather go outside and have fun with your real life friends?
Exactly. Like, I want to go outside and I want to go disc golfing with you guys, especially now that it's getting warm, or hopefully getting warmer soon, and stuff like that. Like, I want to go out and do other things and stuff like that. It's like, you need to establish the kids at very young ages learn a lot and stuff like that. And if you don't teach them correctly, it will set them up for failure later on in life. It just will. It's like the idea of the blank slate. Kids are blank slates. The white sheet of paper and with nothing written on it or whatever. And everything that you show them, everything that you teach them will be written on that piece of paper. And most of the times, once it starts written in pencil, which you can erase, but later on, that gets written in permanent marker. So, you gotta make sure to teach them well. And that's oftentimes what I think, and what we have talked several times across many episodes of this podcast about how it just feels like parents are very hands-off today, and it's just like, that's not good at all. That's just not good at all.
They would rather just dissociate, treat them like how. Well, I was gonna say a lot of these people actually spend a lot of time with their dog or their cat.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I knew a person. Well, one of my brother's classmates, literally, like, their son or whatever, like, basically, like, they're probably like, what, 10 at this point or whatever. He's gone for like hours after school or whatever, like, no knowing where he is or anything like that, and everything like that. Not even sure if he got dinner, basically, or whatever type thing. Like, but boy, did they make sure that dog was fed and taken care of and everything like that. And they go, that's fucked up.
That is really fucked up.
Yeah, that's I was like, and I was just like, yeah, because they were like, I literally was like, I saw the kid walking around on the street or whatever and stuff like that. And it was just like, dude, it's pouring rain and stuff like that.
Imagine how that kid must feel now. Now my parents care more about this dog than they do for me.
Exactly. Like, I literally took him home. Basically, I literally took him home one day and, like, knocked on the door. Parents answer the door, and he goes, "Oh, hey!" I'm not gonna say the name, obviously, but like, it's just, and then, like, he, like, walks in, very dejected, head down, not even like a hello, hi, or whatever type thing, and then they go, "Oh yeah, thanks for bringing back, such and such, or whatever," and I go, "Did you even know where he was?" And they go, "If he shows up eventually," and I go, "He shows up eventually." And stuff like that. Meanwhile, I look behind her, and there's the dog eating out of the bowl or whatever for this meal or whatever. And I go, and I just go, and I'm like, this is a mother. I'm not trying to be aggressive or anything like that. I'm like, look, I see your dog being fed. Great, good for you for feeding your dog, but you didn't even know where your own goddamn son was. Okay,
Mm.
That's messed up on a lot of different levels. And I'm going to tell you right now, I could go to the police for just pure negligence of your child and stuff like that. And I probably should have
Honestly, yeah.
and stuff like that. But here's the thing is, I said that, but I know for certain that had happened in the past and nothing had happened of it, so it didn't really matter. So it's just like that's just so fucked up. I have no idea where that kid is today, but I hope he's doing a lot better. Is really what it comes down to. But it's just like
it's parents like this that all these technology companies suddenly have to think now that they have to start, raising these kids for the parents, because all these parents that went into this either not wanting or not knowing what to do are just throwing them out into the wild and letting them do whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
And a lot of people just should not be allowed to be in charge of another, even not even just another human being, another living thing.
Yeah.
Because a story that I was going to tell earlier, it wasn't about a kid that was being abused, but my aunt has a dog right now. Her name is Greta, right? She's a big dog, like big Labrador Retriever, and you know how those dogs are. They love to go out. They love to go on big, long walks. They love running around. They love swimming.
Mm-hmm.
A lot like Jasmine. They like being very active, right?
Oh, yeah.
But this family just decided that they didn't really have any time for them. So for like 12 to 15 hours a day, instead of putting her in, doggy daycare or whatever, they would keep her locked up in this tiny little cage where she had no room to move around. So eventually my aunt came along because Henry had just died, and she was like, I have a pretty big ass yard. If you want to, I can just take her home with me. And eventually she did bring Greta home, and ever since then, she is the most hyperactive little pupper you have ever seen in your entire life. Every time she gets out of the car, every time she has the opportunity, she's just like jogging around, saying hello to everybody, begging everybody for treats. Every time she goes out to the lake, she always jumps in and goes for a swim.
Yeah. There's too many stories of that. It's just the unfortunate and like beyond just for dogs too. It's just like you just hear too many times of just negligent parents when it comes to kids too. And it's just like, ugh. Like what was that? Did you see the one story that went viral like not that long ago of like the one lady that tried to bring the dog through like a airport or whatever, and then but because she didn't fill out like the proper paperwork to make it a service dog or something like that, they like weren't able to get the dog on the plane, so she just left the dog there. Yeah,
are you fucking kidding me?
Just left the dog in the airport and everything like that, and then a shelter came along and picked up the dog or whatever, made sure it was taken care of or anything like that. And then when I think they like tracked her down or something like that, or like found out where like the lady or whatever, and she goes,
I did hear about this actually. Yeah,
it's like, well, he usually finds his way home. And I'm like, usually finds his way home? Are you fucking kidding me? No, this dog is no longer yours, lady.
Yeah.
Well, it's microchipped and everything like that. I don't give a shit.
If you didn't fill out the proper, bring him back home.
Yeah.
Did she even have?
Take him back home, or you should have figured out or like boarded the dog, or figured out someone to watch the dog or something like that. I don't know. Be a responsible fucking pet owner.
Even ignoring the whole like he finds his way home. Was there anybody home to even take care of him?
Probably not.
Did he have like a dog, or did she have a kid to take care of him?
No idea.
Did she like call a friend being like, "Hey, can you watch my dog?" I mean, that's a stupid ass question. If she did, she would have had them come to the airport.
Left the dog home then. She just thought that she could just take the dog onto the airport on the airplane, and when wasn't able to, she just left it right there and just boarded the plane and thought nothing of it. It's pretty wild. Yeah, man. This is what you say. This is what we're talking about, man. It's just like, it's just crazy how many times you hear, whether it's, like pets, kids, whatever, just pure negligence from whatever type thing. It is absurd. I've heard too many stories of like of similar stories. What you're saying with like, the dog that your aunt took in, basically. And it's just like, I just hear that way too often. I'm like, look, if you're going to get a dog or whatever, or any sort of pet, be willing to, one, spend time with it, two, and to actually take care of it and stuff like that. It's like, it's always those people where I was like, so what did you think a dog was going to be? You just like, oh, look at the little dog, and then you just leave it over there in the corner and it doesn't exist? No.
You get them to be a companion because you want to spend time with them, because you want someone or something else in your life to love and to love you back, to have a real connection with something.
Yeah.
There are just so many people that use these pets, or nowadays even like kids, as window dressing. Like all these family channels and like Instagram accounts that flaunt their children off as like something, as like a design, like the same way that they would flaunt around a designer bag.
Yeah.
Dude, I am so curious. The kids of these family channels, what they're going to grow up to be like.
They got to be just messed up in the head. Like the kid either ends up being just like really messed up in essence, or just like, or just completely hates the parent. I feel like is normally the case of what happens type thing, right? Like these are the stories you always hear of, like, oh yeah, my son just like walked out one day and I haven't seen him for the past 20 years. Haven't seen or heard from him. And I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah. Because when you didn't take care of the kid and you just treated him as like this thing, no shit, they hate you and probably never want to see you again. Because they're better off without you.
Did you hear about that one family channel where she apparently was being so abusive to her kids, where if they did something wrong, she would just decide, oh yeah, you're not eating dinner tonight.
I have heard.
Or it's like, oh yeah, you aren't going to sleep in your bed anymore. You're going to sleep on this beanbag chair. No joke. This is a real thing that happened, and thank God she actually got convicted. I think she's serving jail time right now.
Good.
You're going to be sleeping on a beanbag chair for 3 months. This was like a 16-year-old kid, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they wonder why kids run away from home and stuff like that sometimes. And I go, nah, I can imagine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was really, it was shocking because they played back like one in this video I was watching, played back one of her old vlogs, and he was like, yeah, she's a pretty strict parent. It's like, if I do anything wrong, I don't get to like eat or sleep properly for several months, and she's just over there trying to laugh it off like, oh honey, I don't think our viewers need to be knowing stuff like that. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm sure you don't want them to know.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So yeah, Toy Story 5.
What a discussion.
Mm-hmm. We both say it could have ended easily at 3, but honestly, they, like you said, they had a good message with 4, and if they can promote as good message with 5, I don't see a problem with them continuing it.
Because that's the thing is like legitimately is like when you look at Toy Story 1, 2, and 3, it's just like it's different stages of life for every. For like a kid or whatever. It's like Toy Story 1 is obviously like, Andy's still a young kid or whatever, and a new toy kind of comes into
Hmm.
existence or whatever in his life, with Buzz. And like, so the whole thing is that, even though it's not necessarily for Andy, it's more of like growth for almost Woody being okay with taking a backseat role, and the idea of jealousy that he holds towards
Hmm.
Buzz or whatever. And it's like, well, it's like, well, I was the number one toy. Well, he's kind of got a new toy at the moment, so it's just like,
Hmm.
in essence, but it's like, it's like he's but you were his favorite, and you should, you know, share basically.
Yeah.
In essence, and it's just like, and then Toy Story 2 was just kind of like, oh, well, Andy's growing up or whatever, toys disappear, and it's like, and then the fucking gut wrenching scene where you have with when Jesse tells Woody about what happened to her, the little girl that she had, and I was just like, whew, remember, they're just toys, they don't exist, it's not real. But it's
Such
like,
a
yeah,
good frick.
it's just like eventually they will grow up, and to the point where it's just like they don't really care about you anymore, type thing, you know.
Yeah.
And then it's like, and then Toy Story 3, it's about letting go, moving on, and stuff like that, and making the next kid happy at times or whatever, and stuff, and remembering it or whatever. And it was just like, yeah,
Learning to live after your kid is really left.
yeah. And it's just like, oh, then move on to the next kid, make them happy like you did Andy and stuff like that. And then 4 is
Just
just like, is just like finding new purposes in life, basically,
mm,
in essence, and like giving other people the opportunity to kind of step up in that way. It's like I personally loved Gabby in Toy Story 4. I thought she was
mm,
fantastic villain of the movie and everything like that. But it was just like she never got her opportunity to actually be that for a child. You know?
yeah. At the end of the movie, she kind of was finally given that opportunity.
Yeah, I did like the thing where it was like, oh, the what was the granddaughter of like the shop owner or whatever. She wanted to be like her doll or whatever type thing, and then when given the
Mm.
opportunity, it's like, oh, look at the Gabby doll. It's like, oh, you want to take her home? And she goes, nah, and just tossed her in. I'm like, oh, the gut wrench right there. It's like, holy shit. It's just like, yeah. Oh man.
You
Oh, that
poor
moment.
bitch.
I was like, just instant rejection when you've been rejected your whole life. It's like, oh,
It's got a sting.
that that hurt a lot. It's just like, holy hell. And then it was just like, when they're trying to get over to Bonnie or whatever, then it was like, oh, then the lost kid. I'm like, oh, that scene, perfect. In my mind, it's like, you know, it's like nothing will rival like the so long partner at the end of Toy Story 3 when Andy's driving away or whatever. No, that is the perfect scene when it comes to it, in essence. But it's just like, if I had to put a second place, it's that scene. It's like when she's looking over and it's like she's in trouble, she's lost type thing, and then Woody just goes, "This is your moment." I think what helps when it comes down to it for my love for like Toy Story 4, it's just like I in college wrote a what was it, just like a little thing about like the importance of toys and young children, and what they can, and like why we as we get older strive to find those toys once again or whatever, or we have such nostalgia or love for those things or whatever. And it was just like, and then Toy Story 4 came out. And I
Mm.
was just like, I wrote a whole thing about this, and it's literally explaining that in this movie. So I just thought it was kind of funny. So yeah, I'll be interested. I'll be interested to see how they exactly tackle, the rise of
Yeah.
technology with Bonnie in Toy Story 5. I think it's gonna be good though.
I hope so. Did you want to talk about that lawsuit that you were looking at earlier?
Yeah. So the last thing I think, I just recently saw this because it came out, I think, a few hours ago. Um, was that apparently a New York State attorney is suing Valve over its use of loot boxes in gaming, like in Counter Strike 2. Basically claiming that it sets a precedent that loot boxes are basically just like leads young children into gaming or into gambling, and that just leads them down to it basically leads them down a slippery slope is pretty much what he's trying to get at here. Is like, oh, you start them out young with this idea of gambling and stuff like that, in essence, and then it just kind of spirals out of control. To which I go, yeah, it's not necessarily wrong, but I also would argue there's a lot of other things that do that way worse than it. Now, had CS:GO still had the marketplace like it does, like it used to, I would agree with him more. But they've
I w-
kind of backtracked that with CS:GO too.
I wouldn't really be going after CS:GO with that kind of stuff. Even loot boxes aren't really much of a thing anymore.
Yeah,
I'd
not
be,
really.
if you want to go after things that are, trying to get kids into gambling, go after, honestly, go after the platform kick. That with all the different content creators that own like these gambling platforms that stream them like just doing slots for hours at a time, which I don't understand how the fuck that's entertaining at all. I
It's the same.
I
It's the same entertainment that like like the short form TikTok things are. Basically,
mm,
it's just like when you hit, you're like oh and stuff like that. It's that dopamine hit and everything like that. And it's just like and you're all just waiting for it. It's like it's just about time. It's like I'm about due and stuff like that. And you go, no, that's not how it works. You're not due for anything. I don't know. I'll never understand it, but it's just
me
like that.
neither.
That is pretty much what it is, though. In essence, and it's like, yes, you are right. It's just like loot boxes are probably not the thing you want to go for, but in essence, my whole, it's just look. This is gonna get me on a whole fucking thing, pretty much, and I don't
Mm-hmm.
necessarily want to do that right now. But if you want to look at the absurdity that is gambling, you need to look closer at these gambling businesses. Basically, this is not anything gaming related or whatever, but it's just like when you look at like FanDuel and like other things that are like that. Anything like sports betting is fucking massive or whatever, and because
Mm-hmm.
and it's just like it's just made everything just way worse. The amount of talk that ESPN and like just every bit of sports entertainment is all about gambling and everything like that, and just the absurdity that you can do in everything in gambling too is insane and stuff like that. The instant that everything went about gambling in sports, I think, is really when sports has really kind of hit this point where it's just like it's just not fun anymore. Like I literally have a guy at work who's just like who just talks about like, oh, I put like $200 on the Thunder to beat the Celtics the other day or something like that, and in essence like that. He doesn't give two shits about that game or whatever. He doesn't care in essence, and I'm just like, but that's the reason why you get into sports or whatever. And I go, no, I've been a sports fan my entire fucking life. I love it because I love the sports that are being played, and I love the teams. If I think a good game is on, I will probably watch it because I want to watch a good game that's happening type thing. I don't give a shit if my $200 are on the line or whatever. Who gives a fuck? God.
People that get addicted to this shit.
That's
That
how you get addicted.
There are some people that said they just don't find sports entertaining if they're not betting. There's this one heartbreaking video of a guy that put all of his money on the results of the Super Bowl, like in his entire paycheck. I
Yeah.
think he put like over $2,000 on it, and he just lost all of it, being like, I'm never watching sports again. This is all such bullshit." I I I just could not imagine being so deep into that you put like all of it, all your paycheck into a
Everything.
single bet. That is fucking insane. That is absurd.
It is dumb on so many levels. It's so.
It just seems stressful too. Dude, remember the movie?
But that's
It
the
wasn't.
thrill of it. That's the whole fucking stupid part about this. It's about the thrill of potentially losing it all, but doubling up if you do. And I go, that's not how it should work.
No. Dude, remember it was it Hidden Gems, the name of the movie,
Or
or
Uncut Gems, I think.
Uncut Gems?
The Adam
Remember how?
Sandler one, I assume you're talking about.
Yeah, remember how fucking stressful that movie was?
I never watched
That
that movie because you guys kept telling me how stressful it was, and I'm just like, I'm good.
it I felt like I was gonna have a heart attack by the time the movie was over. It was a struggle to get through the end of it because it's like I just need to back the fuck up and relax for a little bit because he was all over the place trying to make a quick buck on everything. The in the end of the movie he put everything he had on this one basketball team winning, right? And he did all these micro bets that multiplied it by however, and he won. He did win, and whatever he. A spoiler alert: he for anyone that wants to watch Uncut Gems. I'm sorry if you do, but it's like if he lost, and I was just so it was like second-hand anxiety that I had from watching this man who was about to lose literally everything, scrape together what little he had, and instead of paying any of his debts off, he put it all into a basketball game. God damn it.
Insanity.
That hurts my brain. I
Yeah.
I don't think I'd be able to watch sports if I bet on games
No.
like that.
No. It's the same thing when because that's the whole thing with fantasy, football or baseball or whatever type thing. That was before betting. That was like the whole thing of like what got people interested in it or whatever type thing. And they just go, I've never cared about fantasy ever. Like if there was like a couple years where my family was like, oh, let's do a family, fantasy football draft, and I'm like, sure, well, let's for fun, let's just do it or whatever type thing. So I did it or whatever. By the way, stomped. Didn't even try. Wasn't even there for the draft. I think I've told this before, but I wasn't there for the draft because I forgot which day that we were doing the draft. So it auto drafted for me. The best team I will ever not draft. Didn't even change the lineup for 10 weeks in, and still crushed. Even with people on even with people on bye weeks. Anyway, not the point. But it was just like oh, it was the reason to watch because you wanted to keep your, you wanted to have this player do good so that way your fantasy team does better. And I go, no, I don't give a shit or whatever. Like I'll pick a team that I like and I'll watch their games or whatever type thing. Like I'll watch the Packers play, I'll watch the Brewers play, I'll watch the Badgers, play college or whatever and stuff like that. And it's just like, there was what was his name? The Padres manager last year's manager for the Padres, literally just unexpectedly quit last year. Like it was his name was Mike Schilt or whatever. His whole and like you read about everything. Like he's talked about it. And he's very open about like why exactly he quit type thing. And he's just like, the level of stress that he had to do. And look, being a baseball manager is hella stressful. Like, you are constantly under the gun. You're having to make decisions and everything like that. And it's difficult. Then you add on top of all the fucking betting shit. Oh my God. The amount of death threats or just straight threats that this man would get every night for Suarez giving up a run and blowing a save or something like that, or Manny Machado not hitting a home run or something like that, and it was or whatever, like the Padres losing or something like that day, and he was just like, I just couldn't do it anymore. Like, legitimately, it was just like, it's not even about baseball anymore. It's just to the point where I just said, I have to step away. I just cannot, for the life of me, deal with these fuckers anymore, pretty much. And I'm just like, Jesus Christ. And it's like, it's San Diego, so I guess it's, it's West Coast or whatever. It's a big market, but I'm just like, like, imagine quitting like a job like that. And that's not the whole reason exactly, but he said it's a big chunk of the reason why he quit.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And I was just like, that just blows. It's just like, yes, it's like, it's a very stressful one, and you are praised if you do really well for it and everything like that. And when things don't go your way, yeah, you are the ones that, under the gun or under the fire or whatever. But it's like, it's just like, it's a coveted position for a lot of like former players, obviously, mostly, and stuff like that. So it's just like, people want to be managers, and to quit because you just couldn't handle all of the hate that you were getting from betting, like, come on. That's ridiculous. And this isn't the first time I've heard it in sports in recent years. It's just like guys either stepping away or whatever type thing for for reasons very similar to that. And it's just like, that's so stupid. And it's just like ESPN talking about how, betting's a good thing or whatever and stuff like that. And I'm like, fuck off. You're all part of the propaganda thing or whatever. It's absurd.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and then you just like, you look at like how these, companies operate. If you've ever watched Last Week Tonight or whatever, they not that long ago ran like a whole show about how predatory these like betting companies are and stuff like that. Not even just sports, but it mainly highlighted sports and stuff like that. And it is so bad that they have literally AI that predicts like everything, like about how you will bet and everything like that, and will even incentivize you to do so in other ways. And it's just like, it's crazy. Go watch it if you haven't seen it. It's insane. And I go, how can these companies like legitimately operate like this, and for it to be all legal?
There's a lot of shit that's going on there right now that shouldn't be legal.
Yeah.
Like, in my opinion, I don't think the president should be allowed to sue the federal government, but that's just me.
That's just me,
Maybe don't sue the IRS for $10 billion. But, we're not going to get into that. That's a whole other. Yeah, it's... I don't know, man. How a lot of these betting apps get away with the shit that they do is insane to me. Have you seen what's, like, some of the stuff that you're allowed to bet on now?
Oh, it's absurd.
You're allowed to bet on Little League games. And that, not like local stuff. This is, like, on the app. It's like...
I remember reading all of the shit about the Little League World Series, because there was like all this, and it was like, there was literally kids. It's stuff you see in fucking movies where it's just like, oh, are you really 10 years old? And it's just like a little piece of paper that says, oh, I'm 10 years old with like $100 on it or whatever. And it's like, yeah, it clears out or whatever. That was happening in real fucking life.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. And I'm like, that's stupid. That should not.
The Little League League.
Oh, the Little League World Series.
Little
it's
League World Series.
it's crazy because the whole idea when they first created this way back and stuff like that. I don't remember exactly how long Little League World Series has been, but it's literally was supposed to be a cool thing for young kids to just go, just travel to feel like a big leaguer for a little while because and stuff like that. If you are like are pretty good or whatever type thing, and you have the opportunity to go play like oh, this is what kind of like being in the big leagues will be like, or whatever type thing. You'll be traveling, you'll be playing games against teams you've never played against type thing, and stuff like that. Meeting people or whatever. It was supposed to be for the love of the game, in essence, and now it's just turned into just overall like parents spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on equipment, bats, and everything like that. And everything like that, playing for countries that they don't even have like citizenship for or anything like that, or and stuff like that, or just straight up just like fudging ages basically, and it's just like it's absurd, and it's just like that's not what the whole thing was for. It was to instill the love of baseball in these young kids or whatever type thing. It's always what it's always been. But not anymore. Not in an age where you have to go 110% all the time. And I'm going like, no one just does it for the love of the game anymore, huh?
No. It's crazy and depressing.
It's just sad.
It's very sad.
Thing is like that's not necessarily an uncommon thing in sports. It's like there's a bunch of NBA players that have talked about how they don't find basketball fun or entertaining for them at all anymore, pretty much. And it's just like they just keep playing it, one, because they make a lot of money off it, and it's just like they're good at it. They don't care whether they win or lose. They just need to be there to keep making money. And I go, and it's like, look, when you spend, but it's like if you spend 10,000 hours is usually what like when you want to get something really good at something, you spend 10,000 hours doing it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so it's just like, I get it, you sort of hit this fatigue almost or whatever, but at the same time it's like, man, I couldn't imagine spending like 10,000 hours into something and go, yeah, I fucking hate this thing. I couldn't imagine it.
No.
It's like, bro, you could be doing anything. You could be doing anything else, and people would kill to have the skill set that you have. Basically, it's like I would love to be able to play basketball as like as my job or whatever. But no, I can't do that because I'm not that athletically talented or gifted and everything like that. I don't know. It's just like. It's just absurd. It's like, what was it? I mean, there's my other one, which I always find is always funny. Is like I remember when Odell Beckham Jr. was like talking about it, I was like, football's just not fun anymore. And I go, I don't know. You've started taking it too seriously or something like that, or I don't know. There's a reason why you're not in the league anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, because you're not winning anymore? I don't know. I don't know. It's just like, look, I don't know. I mean, I'm too old school, I guess, when it comes to that. It's just like you hear all the stories of like guys who it was just so it's just like that, like. To me, it was like I kind of lived I was like, I assume you've seen The Sandlot before and stuff like that.
Oh yeah,
And
I have
it's
a
just
fun
like
story with The Sandlot actually.
it was like what was the old man Myrtle would say? It was like baseball was life, and I was good at it type thing. He loved what he did in essence and stuff like that. It was like was it James Earl Jones or whatever? Just one. Amazing actor, obviously, James Earl Jones and stuff like that. He just personifies that love so well and stuff like that. And it's like it's that joy that you can bring or whatever. It's like I don't know. It's just like that's how I've always looked at sports or whatever. It's like baseball is life in essence and stuff like that. Whether or not I play it or not. You having a coughing fit over there? I can see.
I'm sorry. I'm so.
There you go.
I interrupted your really good speech because I poured water down my windpipe. Please continue. I'm sorry.
It's just like no one has that anymore. It's just kind of absurd. It's just like I don't know. It's hard to describe in essence. Where it was just like I just like you just hear like recent players or what like recent players who are retiring and stuff like that. Miguel Cabrera recently retired from baseball, and it's just like while his later years haven't been the greatest for him and stuff like that, you can tell even though he was, even though he's fallen off, he just loved it. He just loved it. He loved being on the field and everything like that. There's like the famous clip of like David Ortiz when he retired. He played his final game at Fenway Park. And he just like looked out of the crowd and just like you can see like his eyes are all watering, like he's literally crying as he's like shaking his hat or whatever to every part of Fenway Park and everything like that. It's just like for some people, like when they left the field, it was like leaving a part of themselves behind in essence. And it's just like that I just feel like a lot of players just don't have that these days, and I'm just like it's just sad to see.
Well, you dedicate your whole life to something. It's certainly be a like big part of you. The problem with the difference is viewers and the audience have become so much more aggressive and so much more vile towards these people that you just and social media too, just having access to all these people being like, you fucking suck, I lost my entire paycheck on you, and people sending you death threats and shit, whether it be from your team or the opposite team. I can see just getting burnt out on something being so plausible and getting so old so quick. And I feel for these people because this thing that they love, that they've decided they want to dedicate their whole lives to, is now just not enjoyable anymore for him, and it's not even really or the sport's fault.
It's not enjoyable for like it just seems like newer players like coming on or whatever. It's like I don't know. That may or may not be true, but in essence, and I'm sure there's a lot of players that when it comes to all sports, are thankful where they are and absolutely love it and stuff like that. But there's a lot of times where I just hear the exact opposite, and I'm just like, that's just so unfortunate to hear. I don't know.
The world's changing, dude. Not necessarily for the better.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like I know there are greater things that other than sports or whatever, but it's like just I don't know. I've watched sports my entire life or whatever, and you can tell when players just like absolutely just love it and everything like that, and it's just like I don't know. Too old school, I guess.
Being old school is good. We had it good back then.
Yeah. I don't know.
I've said that shit before, like, man, I would have killed to have some shit like the GameCube or Game Pass back when I was a kid. Maybe that was true, but back when I was a kid, we had the Xbox 360 and we had the GameCube, baby.
The amount of people when it comes to like just like oh, no one's gonna know the joy of like walking through like a GameStop or whatever back like 20 years ago or something, or however long ago, like 10 years ago or something like that. It's just like literally looking through the wall of games and everything like that and just seeing there or whatever, or like E3 and everything like that. Like old school E3 was like the shit. it was like everyone wanted to be there. Everyone wanted to see like what the new game release were. There was no leaks. There was no nothing. Just games being shown or whatever. Whether or not they were coming out in the next 10 years, who gave a fuck? You were there. You were excited about everything because you had no clue of what was going to come in essence. And it was just like, man, just miss it. Going through a Walmart, playing the going staring up at the fucking thing with the controller way down below, and you're just like, oh yeah, this is the shit.
But playing the demos on the kiosks while your parents go shopping.
Oh man, the nostalgia overload is hitting. Oh man. This is what I was like. I was literally like just like I was looking through like the Magic subreddit the other day, and people were like, "Man, I feel like game stores need to bring back like just the bulk rares, like the boxes of bulk rares that people can just sift through, basically, and everything like that." And I'm just like, "Bro, you're so right." I would sit at a game store. I would sit at Moxmania for hours looking through bulk rares and stuff like that, and just grabbing out little like 10-cent rares or whatever, thinking like, oh yeah, I could do something cool with this type thing, or this would be great for my deck or something like that. I don't got that no more because everything's digital.
No, that's just what card stores are prioritizing nowadays. It's literally a bunch of here. I'll bring a demonstration.
Look, I'm just saying LGS's, bring him back. Doesn't have to be much, just like a table.
They want to appeal to a bunch of fat, no-life nerds who take packs and will literally fucking rip them open, right?
Yep. The scalpers and stuff, yep.
Oh, this is great. I can sell this for like fucking $5,000 if it's a PSA 10.
Yep.
I have no disrespect, Ghost, if you're watching this, but I have so much hate in my heart for Pokemon card people. Like, legitimately. Still, you know that vending machine that they have at Woodman's, the Pokemon vending machine? Every time I check that, I pray. I don't want anything from there, but I pray that at least there's something available. And still, I went to the store recently and I saw a bunch of guys, and it really was, dude, with like the fucking snapback hats, a bunch of, sweaty neck beards waiting for the Pokemon guys to restock the machine. Like, what happened? Where are we as a society?
Yeah.
The commodification of children's toys is happening like this.
It's just, yeah, the whole card market is just insane too. I think it's just because, I don't know.
God forbid kids nowadays like Pokemon or want to get into Pokemon or Pokemon cards.
I feel for those kids, man. It's like any kid that literally just wants, a couple packs or whatever, just to like, oh, this is kind of cool or whatever type thing. And I was just like, yeah, whatever type thing, and like not trying to do anything, just to have some fun. God forbid.
Charizard's my favorite Pokemon. I want a Charizard. $1,000. Pay me $200 and you can get this fucking Charizard booster box or whatever the fuck. I don't.
Yeah.
The fucking Pokemon card market.
The scalpers have just gone out of control.
I just know that it's
Pokemon.
been ruined by a bunch of losers.
Well, it was mainly because people were interested again, and then when everyone realized that everyone's interested in Pokemon cards again, the scalpers got involved, and then it just went out of control from there.
Fucking scalpers and resellers, man.
Yeah. I just know that was happened to what was it? One Piece or whatever, the One Piece card game for a while there, and I think it still kind of is though.
Mm.
But it was just like, and now it's just like, oh, I don't remember who exactly makes the One Piece card the game or whatever, but they were talking about how ways to stop scalpers from scalping or whatever type thing. And their solution they came down to is if anyone would buy a box, whether it's online or in a store or something like that, that after it's scanned and everything like that, you are required as the distributor to rip off the plastic packaging and then hand it to them. Like, you don't open the box or anything like that, you just rip off the plastic.
Mm.
So it's not considered new and used anymore. And I went, really? Like, I mean, yeah, in essence, that, like, it reduces the the product in essence and everything like that. But I'm still just sitting here going, just like, but I know there's a lot of people that aren't scalpers that are collectors who literally buy 2 boxes at a time because they want one to open and one just to keep sealed, so they just have it. It's almost like a collector's item for them at that point.
Which is fine.
Yeah,
Here's the
it's
thing.
fine.
I'm not. I'm not shitting on all Pokemon people. Obviously,
purposes,
yeah.
It's fine. If you're doing it for scalping reasons, then obviously fuck you. But
it's like I'm not. This isn't me shitting on all Pokemon people. Obviously,
no.
If you're one of those people that just buys these packs and these boxes because all you see is like the inflated value that they have, or you're looking at it as like it's some big investment, like Labubus or whatever the fuck, or these blind boxes. It's like, if you're that person, jump off a building. Like, actually, fuck you. If you're somebody that just likes Pokemon and you're like, oh, I like Pokemon, I want to collect some Pokemon cards. Good, that's completely fine. Even with like sealed boxes and stuff like that, that's all okay. The Legos that I have, I still keep all the boxes that I have.
Yeah.
That's completely fine.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just want that kind of thing because you like and want to collect Pokemon memorabilia. All that is good.
Perfectly fine.
It's the resellers, the people that make this hobby insufferable for everyone else, that just get under my skin, and it is just the worst when it comes to Pokemon.
The instant that collectability became more than just I want to collect this stuff, like they wanted to resell it basically at a higher price, scalping. The instant it became about scalping was the instant it was ruined. It's just like the whole idea of like, cards, like Pokemon cards. The whole idea of Pokemon cards was to sell them to to local game stores, people who literally sell, TCGs and stuff like that, to sell to kids and stuff like that, or anyone that was interested in doing it, like Magic or whatever, any of those kind of card games or whatever type thing. That was the whole point of it. And then people realized how easy it was to scalp these things and stuff like that, and just sell them at a higher market and just ruin it for everyone. And it's like, that's where it went out of hand. And in essence, and these companies we're talking about like this whole, how this originally started was like, oh, the New York is trying to sue CS:GO for doing this. I'm like, in essence, you should like take a closer look at like companies. What are you doing to stop scalping? Like, how are you trying to prevent this from doing it or whatever? Go look at Walmarts and stuff like that. It's like, look at the Pokemon market or just like card games in general, collectability as a thing, and like ask yourself, what can we do to make it so it's not like a business like this? In essence, like it should just be like for the LGSs or something like that. But that's not going to happen. We all know it.
It's hard for these like big corporations that develop these cards to stop scalping, because Nintendo has tried to do something about it. They made a rule where it's like you can only buy so much per product at these kiosks at a time. They tell these stories to stop people from loitering, but it never fucking happens. With a lot of these locations, it's the people that own the stores that are doing the scalping. It's like, I remember it was a video of a guy that was at Walmart, and before the boxes were even put on the shelves, he just immediately brought it around to the register and bought every single one of them.
Yep.
I want one day for me to see that in real time and see it happening. I'm just going to walk up to that guy's cart, even if I don't want the thing, pick it up and buy it myself. Being like, well, no, that's mine. Have you bought it yet? Well, no, I was gonna buy it. Sucks to be you.
Yeah, well, it's fine now.
What are you gonna do? Come, take it from me. I dare you. Come take it back from me.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's the thing that irks me the most, though, too, is that it's a children's thing. Kids love Pokemon. Kids like Pokemon. They want to play with these Pokemon cards, but because of these like complete no lives, that it's a hobby that is almost completely cut off to them.
Yeah.
And it's fucking sad seeing like a kid that's really excited for the new Pokemon set that wants to get the cool new Charizard box, but they can't find it for a price lower than like $150 fucking dollars, but was originally like a $40 product.
Yeah. Yeah, just like a little,
Insane.
What is it? Those ETBs, I think is what they're called, the Elite Trainer boxes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like they're only like you can find like MSRP is like $40. Yeah, no, 150. I'm like no, and it's like look, we, and in essence, how can you stop scalping? Well, you just stop paying the scalpers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's too many people that are too deep into it, and that they'll still pay the absurd price, and that's why they still make money, and that's why scalping still exists. If nobody paid the scalping price, it just wouldn't be a thing anymore.
I have
But
heard some stories about like scalpers buying the shit out of products and people just not being interested. Was like, well, I dropped so much money on these Charizard boxes and no one's buying. What am I supposed to do now? Jump off the building.
yeah, sucks to suck.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean that's what happened with Spider-Man and Magic. Pretty much, it was just like, oh, there was people that just bought the shit out of the collector boxes and Spider-Man, but because like the price, like there was like so little interest in the Spider-Man set,
Mm-hmm.
they just got fucked. in
It's like,
essence,
what do you want me to feel bad for you?
no, I don't feel bad for you
I
at all.
won't. No.
And it's like, look, I've given a lot of I've given a lot of shit to Magic and Wizards of the Coast in recent times, but nothing brought me more joy than knowing that they printed enough collector boosters and stuff like that, enough play boosters to like warrant that, like, oh yeah, the price didn't go up. If anything, it went down. It went down for a little while.
The price of a lot of Pokemon cards, Spider-Man cards are pretty fucking low.
Yeah, and it's like, look, I think I think the general consensus when the Spider-Man set came out, it was like it's fine. It just didn't feel like a really great set. Like there wasn't a ton of interest in the set and everything like that, and it was just like kind of every set past Spider-Man. Like I know it's like only been like Edge of Eternities, and I think the TMNT set comes out like next week, if I'm not mistaken.
Which I also don't think that set's going to do well at all
I don't
either.
The Universe Beyond only works as well as like people who are interested in the IP it's doing it for or whatever, and it's just like Spider-Man and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, not the biggest fandom out there, or at least not a fandom that will want to spend money on Magic the Gathering cards.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, but it's just like I said, like Edge of Eternities and stuff like that, the in-universe set or whatever. It was just like, yeah, everything stayed relatively normal. And the fact is that like it's just like oftentimes the collector boosters oftentimes just have like foil cards and alternate art for cards that you can get in play boosters. And if you're just playing with the cards, most people are going to take the cheapest copy of it, which is just the base copy that you can get in play boosters, which AKA is going to mean the price is down further.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, it's cheaper to get cards now. You're paying for alternate cards, which nobody really will want, especially if it's a set that nobody really cares about. Not that nobody really cares, but it's just not as popular. So it's like, yeah, that's. I'm not saying that Magic solved the scalping problem, because I guarantee you when the Hobbit set comes out and they reprint the One Ring and they make either another one of One Ring, or
Mm-hmm.
maybe they make a two
Yeah.
of Ring, and then we'll see prices skyrocket through the roof again. I don't know, but it's just like, generally I feel like there are ways to deal with scalping and stuff like that, but
Mm-hmm.
Pokemon is in that weird sort of thing or whatever. I couldn't foresee them actually doing what Magic is doing, basically, where they have like play boosters and then they have the collector boosters. I just couldn't see that. I mean,
No, no, I doubt that's ever going to happen.
no, I just couldn't see Pokemon doing that, or One Piece. And those are the. Or I was like, I know Yu-Gi-Oh was that for a while. And if I'm not mistaken, I think that they had a set come out where they did like full art cards or whatever.
I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh's economy has always been fucked, and that's because of Konami. That's not
Yeah,
even
that's
Scalpers.
Konami's fault rather than Scalper's fault. But I know scalping was a big thing for a while.
Mhm. It's like, oh yeah, this really like powerful card that's in like the best deck that everyone's gonna want. We'll give it
Yeah,
like a
and it's
drop rate
literally
of.
irreplaceable.
We'll give it like a secret rare. It has a drop rate of like 2%. That way you'll have to buy like 10 boxes to get a chance of even having like two of them.
Yeah, and then like 3 sets later, we'll reprint it as just like a common, pretty much, and then that'll
Oh, we'll
completely
ban it.
well, or ban it,
Mm.
and then they'll completely fuck it, and then they'll completely fuck the market into the ground, and then people will, anyone collecting Yu-Gi-Oh cards is just like, fuck this, like legitimately fuck this. Like if you're just gonna reprint the go-to card that I spent hundreds of dollars on,
Mm-hmm.
then why am I even playing this? I'm gonna go to Magic or something like that. I'm gonna go to Pokemon. I don't know.
The whole Yu-Gi-Oh, everything about that game is. We don't need to talk about it, but it
No.
is. God damn it! What a
What
sad,
a change.
what a sad legacy that series has had.
Ugh. No joke.
By the way, for anybody interested, the second rarest card in the Spider-Man set, the textured foil of the Spectacular Spider-Man, it used to go for around $1,000, and it's dropped to only about 350 or 250. I'm sorry. So, yeah. I wonder how much like a collector's booster box is for Spider-Man now.
For Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Collector booster box is I'm looking on TCG Player or whatever, and it's $329, which is no more than I'm paying for it. But like,
No, yeah.
it's just like, I mean, that's not terrible considering what what happened to Final Fantasy collector boosters when that was happening. They were up to 700, 800 at one time. Might even still be
Jesus.
probably higher than that, honestly,
Yeah.
now. Yeah, yeah. For an unopened collector booster box for Final Fantasy is $1,060.
Jesus Christ.
It's like, I know they said they were planning on reprinting some sets or whatever, and I'm just like, okay, cool. God damn, yeah. Like, dude, just for like a box of like the new set is like $300, like $350. Like, come on.
The one card that I want is $1,100.
Yup.
The rarest card in the Spider-Man set, by the way, is the Cosmic Foil Soul Stone, which
Yeah, that doesn't
is,
surprise me.
yeah, $51,000. Is a
Well, that's
Soul
because
Stone a good card, or is it just a rare card?
like what do you mean? Well, for the
Uh,
Cosmic Foil that everyone wants, is extremely rare.
okay, no, I'm talking about like,
Just the
is
Soul
the
Stone in
actual,
general.
yeah.
It's a good card.
What the what the fuck is happening right now?
It's not like completely busted like the One Ring was.
That's good.
Although I do see that even the base copies of the Soul Stone are $56. Better get
Oh
your
my
copies
god.
now because once they complete the set, then they'll have some like game-ending thing or whatever with like the Infinity Gauntlet. It's like, oh, if you it's like if you have the Soul Stone, Time Stone, then whatever, all the other stones or whatever, and then you play the Infinity Gauntlet, you just win the game.
I Sure, why not?
It probably honestly will be a thing though.
And the upcoming like Marvel set.
I don't know if it'll be in Marvel set or if it'll be in future. I mean, I feel like they'll do a bunch of Marvel sets.
Yeah.
So it's just like whether it's they go individual IP. I know they're doing like the Marvel superheroes, which not really sure what that all entails. Or are they just doing like comic books? But the fact is, like in the Spider-Man set, they had the Soul Stone, which kind of weird, but whatever. It was just
Its
like okay,
ability. Okay, so the ability is pretty good.
yeah, no, the ability is good. I mean, it's
Hmm.
it's a 2-mana artifact that's a mana rock that you pay
Hmm.
7 and exile a creature you control, and then it's just like you get to reanimate something every turn. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
So it's a good card. I wouldn't say it's game breaking like the One Ring is. Yeah, when you cast this, protection from everything until your next turn. What the fuck? I haven't looked at the TMNT set. Does that have any crazy absurd card? I don't think so. I
No,
feel like I would have heard about it if I had.
I heard it's trash. Like the entire set, basically.
I mean, I'm sure there's some good cards. I just haven't looked. Not really cared to look through the set in general. Turns out they put the Mind Stone in the TMNT set. It was always my favorite thing when Lorwyn Eclipse was coming out, and then people were doing the pre-release for Lorwyn Eclipse, and they would open their pre-release box, and then there'd be a TMNT card as the promo card, and you go, "What the fuck? Why is a TMNT card in the pre-release boxes?" Good job, Wizards. Great quality control.
We should probably end stream now, right? We're at 2 hours.
We can keep going. No, we can go out there.
So Twilight Imperium, we got a 14-point game next week.
Yeah, that should be interesting. God, is that already next week?
No, not that.
Well,
The week
the
after
9th,
next week.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm dumb. Sorry.
I was like, I thought we were doing D&D next week.
We are. I'm just dumb. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's end. Let's end. I don't want to talk about that on stream.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, well, thank y'all so much for listening to this Ramble Fest that was this. It really was.
We talked more about completely irrelevant shit than the actual topics of the day.
And that
It was
is
awesome.
what you get from listening to a full 2-hour. Probably I'll split this into parts and stuff like that. Hopefully I will.
Hey!
and stuff like that. So it's not all in one go, in essence. But if you did, thank you so much, honestly. And if you liked it, be sure to leave a review and tell some buddies. Subscribe to the YouTube. I don't know.
Be sure to leave us a good little rating on the. If you're listening to us on Spotify, it always helps out a lot. And be sure to tell all your friends. We always love having more people listen in. We always love doing this podcast, and we'll do it for as long as we fucking want. I guess I'm not sure where I was going with that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching, and have a
And, it,
beautiful night.
and last thing, I was like, if you want to contribute to the conversation, I was like, I was like, we were. I was like, I put up like the Iron Lung, like our little thoughts on the Iron Lung last week or a couple weeks ago, and people really liked it. There was a few comments left on the video, and a lot of people seem to like it. So hey,
Sick.
yeah. So anyway, yeah, that's all. Thank you. Bye.